What's up, guys? My name is Keegan, and today's video is all about what I'm doing going forward with my fitness. So I've totally changed my entire concept of what I want out of fitness. Previously, for the last 8 years, I've done zero cardio. I haven't touched running, I haven't touched really anything in 8 years, and I've just purely been doing bodybuilding style strength training with a little bit of powerlifting here and there, but that was really early on in those 8 years. So it's been like 6 years since I've even done that consistently. And I'm going all in on running. Not necessarily like the endurance running that someone like Nick Bear has been doing. I'm focusing on getting really fast at the 1 mile and the half mile. Those were my two events when I ran in college and in high school. Those were the two events that I was the best at. So my times were around the 2 minute mark on the half mile and then about a 4:30 on the mile. Now these are pretty fast in terms of the average across the whole country, but when it came to Division I track and field, I wasn't even close to ever winning a race. And what I've told myself is if I had a little bit better training, if I focused a little bit more, if I really put effort into running track and field, I would have been so much faster. Outside of doing track practice and doing the actual bare minimum that's required of me, I never did anything further. I strength trained and then I trained in on the track. Never did the long runs, never did anything over the summer. So I really believe that I could have done so much more if I'd actually tried and actually applied myself in this. So that's what this series is all about. It's about me applying myself now that I'm 8 years older than when I was in high school, trying to excel at events that are meant for younger athletes. As you age, you tend to get a lot slower, just not able to produce as much force and as much speed as you do when you're younger. So we're going to see if I'm able to push myself and apply the right training techniques and the right recovery techniques to where I can excel at this event and run faster than I ever have in my entire life. So I hope you are kind of looking forward to this new take on training as a whole, from like essentially as beginner as I can get, not having done any cardio in the last 8 years, to becoming a what would be considered an elite level recreational runner in the next year. I don't know if it's possible. Whenever I talk to other runners, they're like, that's crazy. This is not something that you should be able to do. But, I like doing things that are crazy. If it's not hard, if I'm not challenging myself, I don't particularly want to do it. So that's what I'm doing. Just doing something crazy, over the top, getting fast. The main reason why I'm doing this is I have felt this pressure, and I'm sure if you've been in fitness for a while, you've felt a similar pressure as a male to kind of potentially even start taking performance enhancing drugs, do things that aren't the best for your body in order to achieve this look and this standardized kind of appearance of what being in health and fitness means. And as a personal trainer, my body is kind of my business card in a lot of ways, and I just wasn't willing to accept those changes that I would need to make and kind of like do the things that I knew wouldn't overall be healthy for my body to achieve this look and to achieve this appearance that I felt like I needed to stand out in this industry. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. The program that I've kind of designed, or that I'm working on right now, is a program that I'm hiring a coach. I am learning outside of that, reading books about diet and nutrition specifically for more endurance-based sports, and these are things that I haven't thought about again in like 8 years. So I'm really changing and shifting my entire education to help myself, which will further help my clients because I am a personal trainer, and being able to talk to different clients about different things is always something that I've prided myself on, not ever being this one camp. So I've hired a coach. She specializes in the 1500, the mile, and the 400 meter or the 800 meter. Her name is Nicole Fuentes. She is a fantastic coach. The first couple of weeks I've been with her, the training program has been stupendous, and I do have a comparison because I hired a coach prior to this, and it just didn't work out. It wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't meeting me where I'm at. So she has totally changed my perspective on running, and it's hard, but it's still manageable for someone who's a lot heavier than he was when he ran. So speaking of that, I am 205 pounds right now, as of this morning, at about 17% body fat, 17 to 18% body fat, so about 161 pounds of lean mass. That is a very large person to be running, especially these distances. If I was a sprinter, I'd still be pretty large, but you could get away with it. So a big part of my training program is trying to lean out, maintain as much muscle mass as I can, but leaning out and losing body fat to get to somewhere around that 10% body fat. So that has been a big focus of mine in the last couple of weeks, is developing a program. I'm reading a book called Racing Weight, developing a program and a new dietary protocol to where I am helping fueling my training, because that is important. If you just lose weight and you're under fueling, you're not going to be able to achieve the progress that you would if you were eating appropriately. So making sure that I have enough fuel to get better at running, while also making sure that I have less calories that I need in order to start losing weight and using the body fat to help fuel those runs. It is a very difficult balance. You don't want to cut too strong, because then you will start to lose performance and you won't be making the gains and the progress that you'd like for the amount of work you're putting in. But if you eat just enough or you eat too much, you're going to be gaining weight. So the main things that I've been focusing on is focusing on the quality of my diet, purely going to whole natural foods, as unprocessed as possible. That makes it a little bit easier on my brain, so I don't have to calculate these calories and think about all these different things, but I'm just focusing on eating these whole foods, which makes it a lot more satiating. I'm full for longer. It's a lot harder to overeat like a baked potato or a sweet potato comparatively to a potato chip. And then the other thing with that is, a baked potato is going to be 150 calories, 145 calories, but the equivalent grams in a potato chip is going to be 3 times the number of calories that a potato is. Even though you're getting a lot more food in the potato, you're not going to be getting as many calories as if you were to eat potato chips. That's an extreme example, but things like that are really my main focus when I am eating. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm going to see a physical therapy. I went to Run Lab. It's a awesome physical therapy sports physio here in Austin, Texas. They specialize in running, as their name, and I got my running gait and form analyzed, and they're going to help me structure a physical therapy program to help me mitigate any injuries and improve my overall efficiency and function through my running gait. So my first PT appointment for the treatment is today, so that's where we're actually going to get into some exercises and things like that. First, on Tuesday of this week, I actually went and I got my run thing done. So I will show you a couple clips of that in this video to just kind of show you the different things. I'm gonna make another video just kind of analyzing and breaking down the different things that they brought up to me that I need to work on in the videos, and I'll kind of show you what they were looking for and show you where I'm at in my form. I think that would be a really cool way for people to just kind of see the little minute differences that can add up over the hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of steps that you're going through every single run, because it's such a repetitive motion. Running at every stride essentially is going to be either the same or relatively the same. So managing any weird shapes or weird shifts that are happening during that running form is really important. With my running program, the main focus that I'm working with my coach is taking back a little bit of the strength training. So right now I'm only training 2 times per week, and the big focus is just improving overall strength, like max strength, and then adding a little bit of different movements that are unusual to where I've usually been. So adding in more lateral movements, adding in more single leg movements, and totally changing my training perspective and my training kind of pattern that I've been up to thus far. And obviously, being 205, I need to start working on my cardio. So I am running, I have 2 days off per week, so I'm running 5 days per week of varying degrees. This week I had a hill workout, and then yesterday I had like a 20-minute run where it was a run walk. So I jog for 4 minutes, walk for 1 minute, and I did that for 20 minutes. Today I have an hour-long jog walk with an easy pace, and then tomorrow I have a little bit more difficult of a ascending ladder of paces for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 minutes, and then walking in between those. This is to help develop cardio at an appropriate pace because I'm so far away from cardio. If I were to just run for 20 minutes or even an hour straight, the pace would be so different from the start to the end. I wouldn't be necessarily training the appropriate response within my body. So just giving me that little break in the beginning or in between every little set helps me maintain form, helps me maintain pace, and really start training the systems within the body that are appropriate for me running this pace. What's up, bud? So the things that you can expect out of this channel going forward is kind of establishing and talking about what my training looks like, how it's going, the different struggles that I may be having to hit these certain paces, to hit the certain workouts, whether it be a hill workout or anything, so I can show you what it looks like to start from nothing and try and get fast again. The other thing is going to be massive is nutrition. So I'm going to have a couple different cooking videos up there because I love cooking. I'm going to have a couple different just talks about things that I'm adjusting in my nutrition, supplements, anything like that. I'm going to be talking a lot about recovery. Being a bigger runner, your body goes through a lot more beating each and every stride. I'm going to be talking about different struggles that I've had, that I'm going to have, because this is not going to be an easy journey. I'm totally changing my entire lifestyle for this and making myself uncomfortable on purpose to help improve myself and to make working with my clients a lot easier, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. The other thing is I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit about how strength training has changed between the bodybuilding style to a more athletic style. My coach is writing my strength training right now. She is a CSCS, which is essentially just like a strength and conditioning coach. Not something that I have, not something I've ever done. So I'm excited to see what she has programmed for me. First couple weeks has been more of like dialing in. So we'll see going forward what she's looking for me to accomplish out of them. And I hope you guys are excited for this journey. I'm going to try and show you as much as I can to just talk to you. And this isn't something that I've seen out on YouTube. Most of the time it is marathons, 10Ks, 5Ks, but trying to get fast at these shorter distances is not typical for recreational runners. And it's something that I had such a struggle finding a coach for that didn't do the longer distances. Nicole still trains clients for that, but that's not her specialty. That's not what she ran when she was competing. And she was a tremendous athlete. So way faster than I ever was. And so I'm really excited to kind of show you this different style of training, this different style of running than what everybody else is. So I hope you guys stick around for this journey with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.